So, good morning, good morning. Let's get into it if we're gonna get into it. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hope y'all having a good day. It's real early in the morning. I'm already working. Had our morning meeting already, all that stuff. So let's get into why you came here, which is Love Island. The premiere last night. I have notes. I had to stop taking notes partway through because I had to watch it, but let's see. The biggest thing, obviously, Gabriel is still a part of the cast. They switched it up and they made him a bombshell. I didn't think they would do that. I assumed he was gone for nefarious reasons like Vasana, but he wasn't. They switched his role entirely. He was a member of the cast, but they made him a bombshell, which still makes him a member of the cast. And I don't know the difference of if it's compensation or whatever the case may be, but he was still on the island, but just he didn't enter with the cast and he's not in the intro. But with that being said, let's get into it. My initial thought was during their intro, the little intro videos after they got introduced, why was everybody talking about sex? I don't remember like a lot of sex talk with the other season that I watched. I felt like it was weird. Okay, moving forward. I felt like the sex talk made it seem like, the show was going to push for more risque, more spicy, and like, I'm sorry, it's not giving that with these people at the present moment. But when Ariana was trying to get to know the people, something that perked my ears was when she was talking to Trinity, who is very young, and she comes across as very young. So I guess I'm gonna give her grace for this. Giving her grace for a lot of things because you see these people and you sometimes create personalities in your head and they kind of don't match, and that's fine because they don't have to be who you say they are. But I'm gonna give her grace for this. But the thing that perked my ears is when she was like, you know, how do you deal with men? And Trinity was kind of like, well, I get what I want. I'm a catch. I know I'm a catch. I'm not finna sit around, And she started going on a tangent. She's like, I'm not finna sit around and wait for a man and be like da da da. She stopped herself, and the first thing in my head, and I know I could be wrong, was like, was that a dig at how Olandria acted with Taylor? She was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna, and she stopped herself. She seems very for the aesthetic of things. Um, yeah. All right. Yeah, because what I put on my notes is, I was like, was that shade in Trinity's introduction when she's talking to Ariana, when she basically was saying she's not gonna sit around and wait on somebody to pay her attention. That's what she said. And I said I felt like that was a possible dig. Maybe intentionally, maybe not intentionally. Um, then there was Kenzie. I like Kenzie. She seems like to compare, but not to compare. She seems like a mix between, you know, Iris in terms of looks and sort of like maybe Belle A or Bella. She's a cool person. She's a dancer. That part of her personality hasn't really came out yet. She kind of really timid. She originally coupled with Zach. Uh, and I thought it was an interesting pair, but when he made that comment about darker features, I was like, oh, he kind of don't like her. Um, then we went to Melanie, and I just put Melanie just keeps smiling. She just keeps smiling, and that's not a good thing or a bad thing. She's just, I don't know. Can't really get a read on her yet. She's really pretty. She gives me like Huda, Andreina, and Amaya mixed together. I said Trinity comes off a little performative and young. Anaya comes off a little bit wild. No shade, sis. But if I had to compare it, like she's having a time. It's giving Hannah, but not Hannah. And sorry y'all for the sun. It's coming in to the window. Can't do nothing about it. Um, so then we go. I talked about the guys. I said Sincere said he's looking for the chase. He wants a woman to chase him, but we already see, not chase him. He wants to chase a woman. We already see that kind of like he chose Melanie, so I don't know if there's going to be much chase there. I think they're both enamored with each other's looks, and that's fine. I don't know how it's going to go in terms of substantive relationship building right now. Um, he doesn't seem like he's attracted to girls that are too forward, so I knew he necessarily wouldn't be attracted to Bea or Anaya because they seem to be the more forward ones out of the bunch. Um, Bea, her personality is interesting. I don't know what I thought she would be. She looked like she might be very soft spoken and sweet. She's beautiful, but she's a bit rough around the edges, and I kind of like that. In true fashion, you kind of have to be like that sometimes when you're born into the world differently. You have to sort of create your own lane, which she did. What was interesting is she talked a little bit about her diagnosis. It's the hemiplegia thing with the legs. That's the same thing that Hunter Woodall has. He's a gold medal Paralympian in the 400 meter. He's a double amputee, and I watch him on YouTube with his wife Tara Davis Woodall, who's also an Olympic champion. But that's neither here nor there. Let's keep going. I said, even though I said, you know, who was it that had track in common with Bea? Was it Sincere? Yeah, him and Bea have track in common, but then I said he might not like her, but she's kind of forward. Bryce, all I kept putting was Bryce is sweating like hell. I don't know. He's real California, real laid back, real chill vibes, but he was sweating like hell. I don't know how hot it was, but he was sweating. He's also in entertainment, so that kind of ruffled my little feathers. I was like, ooh, is he here for the money? But then he's a model. He's been modeling for 10 years. I would presume that he has some sort of wealth already behind his name and that he wouldn't need it. But the thing is, just because you don't need the 50,000 doesn't mean you don't want it. And we don't know the status of his modeling career. It was a shock to me that he paired with Trinity. Well, it wasn't a shock to me. Trinity says she likes him. I see what Trinity's doing. She seems like she's on the hunt. And like when she started hearing, I felt like I could see dollar signs in her eyes when she started hearing about what they were doing. So of course I think she locked in on the one she thought had the most money. No shade, no tea. I don't know. Could be completely wrong. We'll see how the show develops. I didn't think Bryce really kind of said what woman he wanted. I think he just wants somebody to take him seriously. Zach likes alpha women, so he might like Bea or I originally said Bea or Anaya. But he might like Kita, the Bombshell. Now, as you all know, came in two Bombshells immediately after the first night, Kita and Gabriel. So we know that Bea and I believe it was Anaya, Bea and no, not Bea and Anaya. Bea and somebody else left their partners, and now they're with Gabriel and Zach, and somebody else is with the other Bombshell. But we'll see. My spidey senses are tingling. It's something about this cast. I don't really know what it is yet, but we're gonna find out. I don't know. I just really don't feel like none of these people are actually attracted to each other or looking for love. I could be wrong. Stay tuned for tomorrow's recap.